How's it going, boys and girls? Data here, and welcome back to the Minnesota Wild franchise mode, episode number 32. Here in the second half of the 2027-2028 regular season. In the last one, it was all hands on deck for a crazy start to the season, going 34-5-2 through the first 41 games, on pace for 68 wins. We have Marco Rossi, highest point total of his career, somewhere in the 70s, I think. He's on pace for 116 points right now. The first line has been killing it. His best season, 79 was his best season. Yeah, so he's going to break that. Kirill Kaprizov on pace for 112 points. His best was 93. You have Matthew Tkachuk, who we're thinking about trading, going over point per game at the moment. Mikhail Sergachev, whose highest point total of his career was 50 in his first season with us. Now he's on pace for 74. It's just bonkers bananas out here in Minnesota. We have Wojtek Lindner, our resident rookie, with 23 goals through 41 games and 29 points. Everyone is doing well. Perhaps none better, though, than our rookie goaltender, Sergei Kozevnikov. 81 overall, yet he is 25-2-2 with 6, yes, count them, 6 shutouts, a .937 save percentage, and a 1.60 goals against average. His backup, Maxim Morozov, 82, another good prospect in our system, has been great, but Kozevnikov has just been otherworldly. So, all that to say, the season was going great, but our biggest question was, what are we doing with these contracts? Marco Rossi's expiring, we extend him, no problem. But Matthew Tkachuk is on an expiring deal. He's 30 years of age. We know that we have Wojtek Lindner in our lineup, who's going to need to be our first liner of the future with his franchise potential. He's a first overall pick, for goodness sake. So we know that Tkachuk, the most he'll ever be in the future, is second line. That bumps down Kostin or Greenway, and Greenway and Kostin, they can't stay fourth line forever. We have to move one of those power forwards. We can't have 4 83-plus overall power forwards at the moment, with the Lindner just continuing to grow and grow. So Matthew Tkachuk, we said he's on an expiring deal. Okay, Klim Kostin, we know that he's here for 5 more years after this one on a great deal. And then Jordan Greenway, after this year, will be expiring. 2.625 he's making. One of the best contracts in the league. However, we did need to consider, do we just roll how it is and let Tkachuk walk to free agency? Or do we trade Tkachuk and get something out of him now? So there was a lot of conflicting thoughts and arguments and suggestions down in the comments. Let's start running through them. Midway through Mikey's comment, he says Kostin or Tkachuk or Greenway could be our second line power forward of the future, since Lindner is becoming our first liner. In his opinion, it would be Kostin, so maybe trade Tkachuk while his value is decent. So that's the thing we have to consider with such high trade value. If we were to trade him, now is the time. Doggy agrees. You should trade Tkachuk for a couple draft picks to a team who is not doing well and who wants him. But then on the flip side of that, we have Legend, who says we are witnessing history at the moment and we should not trade Matthew Tkachuk. It's clear that his veteran presence is helping Rossi and Kaprizov both offensively and defensively. He's been lights out. I don't care that he's a UFA. We have to bring him back, and if it comes to it, bye-bye to Greenway. But that's an off-season move. Love the goaltending and defense as well. I think it would be ridiculous to change anything about this team, so keep it as is. If anything, maybe a veteran for insurance. We do have Caden Primo in the system. He says maybe trade him away, but I'm very happy with the team. Love the goaltending. Sign Kozevnikov ASAP to an extension. And speaking of Kozevnikov, Jackie B says, get to that Kozevnikov extension ASAP with the way that he's playing. I'm not sure if he is even human. I don't know if it's expensive, but try and keep and re-sign Tkachuk. I think Greenway is the longest lasting player on the team, so it would be nice to keep him, but we'll have to do what really makes the most sense. The reason to keep Tkachuk is because of the way he's playing. The only thing I would look at doing is maybe trading away one of your medium elite goalie prospects to flip them. Also the 51 overall, with medium elite potential, trade for something useful. Those types of guys either never play or are studs, so I would take the value and run with it. So we do have a lot of goalies in our system, more than I'd like to have. We have too many medium elites here. We're definitely not going to be able to keep all of these in our system. I think Sergei Kozevnikov is the future. Is Morozov our backup of the future? Will he want to make it into a starting role? Jesper Wallstedt wants to play. Clayton Stanton is really looking good as well. 75 overall, 21 with medium elite. So Backman's definitely out, but then we have 4 more medium elite goalies. We're going to have to trade those eventually. at least 2 of them, if not 3 of them, would, maybe even more, would be trading chips. Flame says, first of all, this season looks absolutely insane. This team is the best season performance I've ever seen in franchise mode. In my opinion, you need to get Sjogren higher in the lineup or give him some second unit power play time because he has good upside. I would trade Tkachuk with his value being boosted. He'll probably ask for 8 to 10 million because of how good of a season he's having. You have a lot of guys that need more ice time, and I think you could get an awesome haul for Tkachuk, something like a first-round pick. There's a defensive defenseman prospect, etc. Could even package him up with an elite goalie and then get something even more. Other than that, I think the team is playing great. I wouldn't change the penalty kill at all, as it is at an all-time high. Love the series. Go wild. Thank you very much, Flames. That's a great point about Sjogren. I've been a bit disappointed in him, but at the same time, I wasn't giving him power play time because I didn't want him to hurt the power play chemistry. But he does have 99 passing. He has 93 wrist shot accuracy. I'm a bit hard on him because he's a wonky prospect, one of those classic wonkin guys with, you know, I don't know, 79 hand-eye but 99 passing. It's weird to me. So I did make those appropriate changes. I put Sven Sjogren on the second unit power play. It keeps a +1, so maybe that'll do something for him. And I decided to switch out Klim Kostin with Jordan Greenway on the power play because Kostin is currently getting second line minutes. I want to give Greenway some more ice time. Only changes I made to the lineup. We'll see if it works. The penalty kill and the power play have been an all-time high right now. So if it starts to drop, I'll just go ahead and fix it. But I do want to try and get them going when the special teams are so hot. Apo agrees that we shouldn't trade Tkachuk because he is playing very well in that top line with Kaprizov and Rossi. In a year or two, that line might be the best in the NHL. Really happy to see the young goalies did continue their amazing play. The team is really starting to look like a dynasty caliber team. Thank you, Apo. And Javier, last YouTube comment, says that maybe he's in the minority, but we need to run with Tkachuk for the rest of this season and let him walk via free agency. Lintner is a first-line forward next season, while we can keep Greenway and Kostin on the second and third. We have several players who are going to need extensions and next season and beyond. Allowing Tkachuk to walk will free up the cash. Kazevnikov does not want to resign. We're looking at him, so I would stand pat on him for now. We still have other 3 to 4 elite goalies in the system alongside Morozov. No need to rush. So what I would add to Javier's comment is that Tkachuk, yes, we have players who are going to need money in the system, but if we look at our power, let's look at the forwards here. Jordan Greenway, he's making 2.625 for one more season, but after that, I think he'll be in the 5.5 range. Matthew Tkachuk is currently making 8.1 and 85% of 9.8. He wants to resign. We could probably get him down to something like 8.350. So only like 200,000 more than he's making now and 3 million more than Greenway would be making. For a player who's going point per game and is 3 overall higher, I think that 3 million is worth it. And just because we signed him for 6 years doesn't mean he has to play for 6 years. So I am starting to lean more towards not only keeping Tkachuk, but also giving him an extension. That's the biggest issue because I think it's become a conclusion now that he has to stay on this team when we're playing so well. There'd be no reason to trade him, even though his trade value is high. This is one of the best franchises, one of the best seasons this franchise has ever seen, if not the best at the moment. And we're on a Stanley Cup trajectory. I'm not going to take a first-line forward away from that equation. And then speaking of Kazevnikov, he does want to re-sign. Sorry, he is eligible for an extension. He doesn't want to re-sign, but he only wants 3.1. 8 years, he would probably be able to sign for 8 years, 4 million. When a goalie is having this good of a performance and we know we want to roll with him maybe semi-long term, I'm okay with sometimes cheesing the game to go long extensions, but I think this is a little too crazy. There's no young goalie that would take an 8-year deal for only 4 million after putting up Vezina numbers in their rookie season. I think it would make more sense to do a 1-year kind of thing, and that's what I'm Sean Avery was talking about over in the Discord server. Don't trade Tkachuk, he starts off with. Other people often think that a player will downgrade once they're over 30. Remember with Zach Parise back in the beginning of the series. But Tkachuk is a big guy, no big injuries. I'm pretty sure we could sign him for 6-7 years, and he will produce well. Just look at him now. We, of course, have to make some room for the new power forward kid, though, Lintner, but not on the first line yet. Keep him on the second or third for the remainder of the season. Remember when Boston won the Stanley Cup? They had a young guy named Tyler Seguin who couldn't get first-line time because of how the team was stacked. I think that trading Tkachuk, Kostin, or Greenway would reduce the chance of winning the cup by a lot. Well said. extend Kachuk and see in the offseason which one needs to go. If Greenway/Costin drops, then it would be a bit of an easier decision. Or maybe one of them stays and becomes a fourth liner. Concerning Kozevnikov, don't do this cheap thing for 8 years. I talk a lot about realistic trades and all that, so a rookie would not sign a cheap 8-year deal with the performances he's having now. We did it for Greenway, and he didn't do bad, but he never quite reached that first-liner potential. Long deals for players that age are killer, in my opinion. Of course, it's good to get Crosby, Ovechkin, McDavid, signed long term, but if you compare Kozevnikov to Price, let's say, maybe it's not the thing to do. Tough contract. I would give him a contract until his last year or before his last year of RFA eligibility, so likely a 3-4 year deal, and from that we'll see what to do in the future. Defensively, don't touch anyone. Sergachev's killing it. Love Botter, stay-at-home guy, gonna be a big help. If no major changes are made this year and the next, the Wild will get Lord Stanley home in St. Paul. Thank you, I'm Sean Avery. So, Sergei Kozevnikov, he would not be able to do a 2, 3, 4 year deal, unfortunately. After that, he is a UFA. So it would have to be a 1-year deal for Kozevnikov, and I am okay with this. I give him a 1-year, $3 million deal, and then next season, when he grows and when he wants more, hopefully it's not crazy, but then we can give him his 8 years at, I don't know, $6 million per season. I don't want to have to give him $10 million a year. We know how goalies work here in NHL 21, but I would feel a bit better about myself as a general manager if I gave this goalie more than $4 million. I'm not saying I want to go crazy, but I would like to give him a 1-year deal, keep proving it to me, keep proving it to me into next season as well, and then we'll revisit this maybe December of 2029. Last comment from the Discord server coming from Zach. First of all, wow, the team's playing really well. Hard to change anything. But we got to say, keep Matthew Tkachuk. He's playing so well in top line. Even though it might be bad asset management, I would say to keep him. Give Kozevnikov an extension until he hits 26 to see how much he grows. So yeah, we'll give it until 24 to keep him as an RFA. Wouldn't touch any defense, but I would acquire one forward, either Schwartz or Panarin, who have super high poise. Don't re-sign them, just let them walk. But for a rental at the deadline, I would get one. This team is bound to go wild. Thank you very much, Zach. So we were thinking about Panarin and Schwartz in the last one. The biggest issue is just where do they go? Like, it would be fourth line. We'd have to scratch Rodin and Crooks and then put that, like, Panarin on the fourth line. It's good for the poise. It's good for... I want to wait till the deadline to make a move like that, though. We're still only January. I will take this moment here, January 7th, to try and extend Sergei Kozevnikov. I'll give him his 1-year, $3 million, see what he says to that, and go from there. We're also still waiting to hear back from Marco Rossi, who we offered a contract extension to. I think it was somewhere in the $9 million range. Or no, I think it was closer to 8. But either way, we're waiting to hear back from him. And we're ready to rock and roll, my friends. We made those line changes. We're keeping Matthew Tkachuk. Are we going to sign him or are we going to let him walk? We don't know, but either way, I don't think he's leaving this team. We are on an absolute tear right now, 34-5-2. Let's get into the second half of this season. Let's break some more records and let's just finish it off with a bang. Maxim Morozov will start between the pipes against the Leafs because Kozevnikov ended it off against the Panthers. And let's go to Scotiabank Arena against the 24-10-7 Toronto Maple Leafs to kick off episode 32. First period, 0-0. Second period, 1-0. Oh, there he is, Sven Sjogren, with a little extra ice time. A 5-on-5 goal from him, 1-0. Shots 22-21 Toronto. And then 2-0 as Lintner scores, his 24th goal of the season? What a rookie campaign from him. Both he and Kozevnikov should be 2 of the 3 nominees for the Calder Trophy. Klim Kostin makes it 3-0, and I'm sure that will be all she wrote. The Leafs are really putting on a good attack, and now it's 3-1 with 5 minutes to go. Power play Wild, nothing comes from it, and it's going to be a 3-1 victory and 32 saves from Maxim Morozov as the Wild take it. 24. Does that mean he got injured, and I guess Kozevnikov had to come in? I didn't notice who got scored on. Lintner and Sjogren, the second and third star there. Let me see here. No injury, thank goodness. So, okay. I'm going to keep rotating the goalies like I did last episode off screen. Kozevnikov is going to get the majority of the starts. So, for example, I'm going to give Kozevnikov all the starts until here. Morozov will play against Vegas, and then Kozevnikov until after the All-Star break to go against Dallas and Chicago. So no fear, I will take care of that. Remember that Morozov's games are going to be Vegas and then one of these two right here. So back to the calendar sim. Okay, easy decision to renew the contract. Thank you, Mr. Kozevnikov. That's a $3 million extension for one season to continue to be our starter, it seems like, and we'll go from next season to see, are we going to commit to you long term? Marco Rossi, are you committing to being the first line center? Yes, he is. Important for me to get what I want for contract duration, so it was an easy decision to agree to this renewal. Thank you, Mr. Rossi. Great draft pick selection that the old committee did, Bill Guerin and co. So in those 3 games with Kozevnikov on his new contract, it's a 9-3 win, a 3-2 overtime loss, and a 3-0 shutout loss. So 1-1-1 since signing that extension. Let's get Morozov back between the pipes. That was a big 9-goal game. Rossi must have really taken advantage of that because he's scoring quite well. What's the dollar value on the extension again? I have to check that out. Yeah, $9 million. That's what it was. Exactly $9 million for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it was 8, but a long contract to say the least. So Marco Rossi committing his future to this team. Vegas Golden Knights are 13-30-3, so not a great record from them. Morozov's between the pipes, and we take away a 5-3 win from that meeting. Kozevnikov back between the pipes, and I did notice that Lintner has already grown to an 84 overall. Still listed as a third-line scoring forward, but he will very soon want to crack that top 6. I would not mind swapping him with Kostin, but I do think that Tkachuk will likely finish off the season on that first line. But just to say, from 82 to 83 to 84 so far in the first 46 games. Yeah. Kozevnikov will take the reins for the next week here, heading into the All-Star break. It starts against the Vancouver Canucks, who we beat 5-4. That's not a bad deal for Brendan Gallagher, but I'm going to wait till the deadline to see if we're actually going to make that poise move or not. The team's clicking here, my friends. 3-1 win against the Hurricanes. Oilers, we lose 5-2, and then, we can't get win number 40 before the All-Star break. 6-4 loss against the Colorado Avalanche. That hurts. Travis Konechny, we just got in the Ottawa series. No thank you. So, yeah, I'm going to keep Kozevnikov in against Dallas, and then we'll go Morozov against Chicago. 6-3 win for win number 40. Only took 51 games to get it, and then Morozov will come in. I also forgot to mention that I took out Rodin. I wanted to give Crooks some more ice time. He only has 1 assist and a negative 11 in 19 games. Yeah. I'm going to get Rodin back in there. Crooks has not been good at the NHL at all after having a really good campaign in the AHL. So I'm going to switch. Yeah, I'm going to go back to Rodin, who had 7 goals, 5 assists in 32 games. And hopefully that'll help the fourth line because I'm not sure if that's hurting the team, but we haven't been doing as good. I know it's only like a couple of losses, but, I'm not used to those with the way we've been playing. Another week of Kozevnikov now, starting with the Hawks, then going Bruins and another team. So Kirill Kaprizov neck strain out till the 16th of February. That's a little bit, it's a couple of weeks. So Boldy's going to get promoted to the top line, and then I guess we'll go... Yeah, you know what? Because Lintner has 79 face-offs. So I'm going to put I'm going to put Kovanov on the wing to keep a +3. And then I'm going to put Lintner to the center. Greenway on the third line, yeah, and then Crooks on the fourth line. There we go. That is what we'll do. And I'll fix up the special teams. Then you can get some 3-on-3 time. There we go. It's not a long injury anyway. So 4-3 loss against the Hawks. That hurts a little bit. Very rare injury from Kaprizov. 4-3 overtime loss against the Bruins and a 7-3 win against the Flames. Nice. We're back. 41-9-4. Going to take a quick pause to update the scouting and also swap the goalies. Actually, my bad. I believe Morozov was in the last couple of games. I'm starting to confuse myself. I don't usually keep stopping the calendar to swap goalies around, but I believe it was Morozov who just went 1-1-1 in those last 3 games. But either way, I'm going to go Kozevnikov for this one, Morozov for this one, then back to Kozevnikov for another week or so. But like I said, just going to do a quick update to the scouting reports. All right, that's all done. Scouting takes quite a while, but it looks like it's going to be a decent class. Columbus Blue Jackets, oh no. Pulled groin for Aaron Crooks. So that means we need to call somebody up, correct? Yeah, we need to call up Zach Hyman himself. The fans have been clamoring. They've been calling for him on the radio stations. Where is Zach Hyman? He's been buried in Iowa because we don't have the roster spots, but he is coming back with a vengeance. And if if he does well enough, he might just get himself a spot in the lineup over Rodin and Crooks. So he'll play on the fourth line with Rodin and Arguchintsev, I believe is how you pronounce it. We have so many left wings, but no right wings. How are there so many left wings? So Zach Hyman, at the age of 35, last season he played in 54 games and scored 17 points for us. He was a very good fourth liner, I have to say. The only reason he's not playing is because of how many players we have right now. Unfortunately, that was our 10th regulation loss of the season against the Blue Jackets. That was with Kozevnikov between the pipes. We'll get Morozov against New Jersey, and then Kozevnikov until the next back-to-back situation that we find ourselves in. At Prudential Center, 6-2 win. Thank you very much. Kozevnikov back between the pipes, and we will get back to the calendar simulation. So I'll get Morozov in against the Islanders, I think, depending how Kozevnikov does here. Sagan for 2 pros. No, I'm not going to do that. 42-10-4 is the record. 5-1 win against the Rangers. Good. Let's go. Let's get some wins here. And Crooks is already back just to stop my momentum. Fantastic. How did Zach Hyman do, though? That's the question. Zach Hyman. Oh, my goodness. 1 goal, 1 assist in 2 games? I can't. No, I can't. I can't not play him. But then someone has to go down. I can't have to put someone on waivers then. Do I risk putting Caden Primo on waivers? It would either be Primo or Rodin, but I don't want to send Rodin down. I want Crooks not to play, but I can't put Crooks on waivers, and I don't want to risk losing Axel Anderson either, because then I have no defensive depth. But then I have no goaltending depth if I lose Primo either. Okay, I think my odds of Axel Anderson clearing are higher, so please, Axel Anderson clear. Yes! Thank you, and Valen's up to an 84 overall as well. Great! Kaprizov is fully healed. Let's just put the brakes on again for another moment. So Hyman is going to stay in the lineup, I think. Rodin will come out, and Kaprizov will be back in. And there we go. So let's keep on simulating with the lines like that. Blue Jackets, they beat us 3-2, and then they beat us 4-1. What's going on here? Come on, let's get some big high-scoring games. We had 6-2, 7-3, 5, and then we lose 6-5. 3-1 win, thankfully. You know what? I'm going to keep Kozevnikov against the Islanders. I'm going to put Morozov against the big game against the Buffalo Sabres. So against the Islanders, Kozevnikov, come on. Get a 3-2 loss. Now where's the scoring? Not that we're going off a cliff. That's not what I'm saying at all. But the pace is slowing down that we had in the first half of the season. Let's get Morozov in net. Kozevnikov, still great numbers, but I guess it's the scoring that's slowing down a little bit. I don't know if it's the special teams. We'll check the special teams. Let me do one more slow sim game against Buffalo. They want their 40th win of the season. We want our 45th. Let's do it at the Key Bank Center. The team that we finished off NHL 20 with. Here we go. First period, 2-0. Thank you very much. Kachuk on Hellebuck, and then Kirill Kaprizov, 2 first-line goals. Second period, 3-0. Russ Griffin with 2 seconds left from behind the blue line. Man, 3-0. We're doubling their shots, tripling their goals, I guess, technically. And that will probably be it. They're not getting any offense going. Okay, now they're getting the shots a bit. But Lintner on the power play makes it 4-0. I don't think Buffalo can get back in this one. Power play, we kill that off. And that'll be all she wrote. The slow sim is a difference maker. Jack Quinn scores on Morozov to break the shutout, but it's still a 21 save performance from him and a 4-1 victory for the Minnesota Wild. Kaprizov and Kachuk a goal and assist each. Marco Rossi with 2 assists. The first line comes through. Win number 45. I'm going to keep Morozov for a few games now. He'll play against the St. Louis Blues. 70 assists for Marco Rossi. He's going to break the franchise record that he set. Against the Blues, we beat them 7-5. Okay. San Jose Sharks fire their head coach, Jérôme Trudeau. And now we'll play Winnipeg. And then right after that, it's the trade deadline. So if we were to make any moves, it would be now. Because I don't want to do them at the deadline and then have to fix all the lines again. So, you know what? I will take the moment here. Let's look at the special teams. Let's look at the stats. Let's look who's scoring. If need be, Hyman was good. But if need be, I'd rather get Panarin on that fourth line if he's really cheap. if he's still going for very cheap. So we're still the best team in the NHL, I believe. Yes. Anaheim Ducks are closing in, though. We're still scoring a lot of goals. Our power play at 35.6 is still the best in the NHL by quite a bit. And our penalty kill of 85.5 has gone down. Yeah, the penalty kill has gone down at 85.5%. So I did not touch the penalty kill at all coming into the second half of the season. So not much we can really do there. It's still a very strong penalty kill. I don't think we'll do anything on that. Let's look back at the point totals now. Marco Rossi absolutely killing it. 86 points in 63 games for him. Kaprizov has 46 goals and 81 points in 57 games. Tkachuk 3 points above a point per game. Boquist 4 points above a point per game. Matthew Boldy has 30 goals and 50 points in 63 games. Sergachev, Griffin's doing well. Lintner slowed down a little bit. Sjogren picked it up. That's good. He has 6 power play points. Good. Kostin Kovanov. Greenway, 23 points from him. Kostin, 35. Greenway plays 11-27. Kostin plays 30. So Kostin plays quite a bit more. I guess that's where the extra 12 points come from. Hyman has 4 points in 8 games. Wow, not a good plus-minus, though. Darko Chintsev has 18 points in 63 games. Not really reason to take him off. Rodin, 14 and 39. Crooks, 2 with a negative 12. So Crooks is not coming back, I don't think, to the lineup this season. It's pretty much between Hyman and Rodin for that last spot. And Hyman, 4 points in 8 games. 81 poise. I don't know if I can really justify going out to get a guy like Artemi Panarin. The defense has been very solid. Valen's at an 84, like we said. Let's look at the goalies as well now. Kuzevnikov, 32, 9 and 3 with great save percentage and goals against average. Still, Morozov, his numbers have improved at 15, 4 and 1 now. Yeah, I'm tempted. I'm going to give it another skim through the trade blocks. I'm going to see who's still on the block, if the value's low enough, and if it makes sense. Note that Cale Makar is on the block here. That would cost like $13 million to re-sign. He's on an expiring deal. He is just amazing in NHL, especially when you get him with the right chemistry. He fits our first deep pairing. That would be a match made in heaven. But I don't think a divisional rival would trade like their best player to us when they're going 34, 22, and 7. The trade blocks, I've been going through them pretty much. It's Artemi Panarin still on the Flames. I'm just looking at guys who have expiring deals. Tyler Seguin would be nice, but I need to have someone who fits the role that I'm offering. I'm offering part-time fourth-line minutes. 87 overall is not coming here for part-time fourth-line minutes. At a 79 overall Artemi Panarin, now that makes a bit more sense. So someone else who fits that description is Brendan Gallagher. 81 overall, 35 years of age. He has 85 poise as compared to 90 poise for Panarin. So, 14 goals, 25 assists from him. But the Canadiens are 35, 22, and 5. I don't think a trade from them makes sense. I'm going to let them keep Gallagher. Marcus Johansson also interests me. 80 overall, 37 years of age. He started off this franchise mode with us here on Minnesota. He has only 80 poise, though. He fits the fourth line, which is most interesting, but he's only an 80 overall. I'm not sure if he would really be a big improvement for us. Yeah, we traded him to the Flyers, I believe. He wasn't bad for us. He was a good bottom six forward, 20 goals. But I don't know if I really see that being a huge help. Meanwhile, Panarin, with that poise and with his offensive awareness and all that, that could be someone who not makes a big difference, but actually has an impact as opposed to just being a body, and that's kind of what I'm looking at. So I think the only one that makes sense is Artemi Panarin. I'm kind of talking myself into it here. 79 overall, he's buried in the minors. The Flames are a losing team. They have him on the block. He's expiring. All the boxes are checked here. So we have a good amount of picks. We have 3 fourth-round picks. Only a 6th and 2 7ths. Could a 6th get this done for Artemi Panarin? I'll start off really cheap and just give them a 7th round pick. No, okay, no problem. Now I'll try the 6th, still too far off. How about I try and give you my 4th and then you send me back your 7th, something like that to make it happy. Okay, happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Calgary Flames, and we consider it a done deal. So, Artemi Panarin, welcome to the Minnesota Wild. I'm not sure when you'll play. Maybe you'll be a Sidney Crosby kind of thing where I only call you up in the playoffs. As of right now, I do not need you. Zach Hyman is doing more than enough for us, but it's nice to just have you stashed as the ace up my sleeve. Winnipeg Jets, I can't even see what happened against them. We have to move into the trade block. Hold on, continue simming. Can I see it? No, they don't show it to us. Actually, I pressed continue simming. I should have said go into block. Well, I wasn't going to make any trades anyways, but I would have liked to see what was going on. They'll give me an update here on the trade breakers screen on what any big moves that happen. Plus, I'll check the activity feed. But I do usually like to go into the block. Wow, so Charlie McAvoy going from the Bruins to the Predators for 2 prospects and a first. How about that? And we shut out the Jets 2-0. Very nice. Vrana went from the Canucks to the Senators. Sam Girard goes from the Avalanche to the Oilers for a first and a prospect. Tyler Seguin and Ilya Mikheyev from Dallas to Anaheim. Anaheim is really going on a run. They're right behind us. That's not going to be easy. And yeah, for a couple prospects. And that's it. Those are the only trades that happened. So, my goodness, Anaheim is looking scary. We're going to have to fend them off. But heading into the final stretch now, it's the final month of the season, final full month of the season. I'm going to keep swapping the goalies as I go, so just so you know, it'll be... I guess Morozov's playing well. I'll keep him against the Coyotes, and I'll go Kozhevnikov against the Predators. And then right after that, there's another one against the Senators and the Red Wings. So against the Arizona Coyotes, we always want to beat them. Our old coach, they shut us out 1-0. That's brutal. Kozhevnikov can get back in for the game against the Predators, and then we'll keep going to the next back-to-back. There's a lot of back-to-backs here. I have to keep pausing every few seconds. 3-2 loss! Kozhevnikov, what are you doing? But we need to support him as well. Where are the goals? Everyone's drying up here? The well is becoming dry? What's happening? It's as soon as you close the PlayStation, it just changes the trajectory of the whole team. You're about to go 82-0. You know, only 5 losses through the first half of the season. Turn off the PlayStation, turn it back up. It's as if you're in a new reality, a different dimension. 4-2 loss. It's like you're creating new realities. Different pick your path book. Ottawa Senators will keep Kozhevnikov in against them. We're on a 4-game losing streak? No. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. 1 goal against the Senators? Unacceptable. I'm sorry for the Senators fans. We clinched the playoffs. Whoop-de-doo. Unacceptable. We have the Coyotes and the Ducks and even the Oilers breathing down our necks. And this is the performance. These are the performances we come up with? Power play dropped to 33. Penalty kill dropped to 84.7. Okay. We're fixing the penalty kill. We're making some changes here. Let's hold on a second. Pump the brakes. Zach Hyman, you better have like 5 goals right now. You better have something going on that 4th line. 4 goals, 2 assists. -5 though. -5. What's happening? Greenway. Plus, the 3rd line's killing it. 2nd line is great plus minus. The 1st line's amazing plus minus. Plus 54, 55, 28, 26. Plus 6, -3. Demetrius Correa. You're killing me, Demetrius. Valen and Botter, I'm going to swap. Botter, you need to rub off a little bit on Korea here. Morozov, because I don't know. Kozhevnikovs can go back in nets. Panarin's already here. Great, I don't need to call anybody. They must have sent down Rodin. Yeah, the game sent down Rodin for me. So, you know what, Greenway, I love you so much, but I might have to push you out here. 76 face. You know, Hyman's going to go center because he has 76 face-offs. Dargachintsev, I want you to sit for a little bit. I know you're performing well, but the plus-minus is scaring me. So I want Panarin to play some 4th line minutes here just to see what happens. I'm curious. And I'll throw him on the power play. I'll take off Sjogren. How's he doing on the power play? It all comes down, okay, 6 points on the power play for him. And Greenway, who played the whole season on the power play, has 2 power play points. You disgust me. You disgust me. Goodbye. Panarin comes onto the power play. Hopefully that helps. And then the penalty kill we have to fix. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening. Let's try and get a +1 on the 1st unit. I don't know. Griffin, Rossi, -1? What? Why? Okay, just switch the forwards then. Rossi, Sjogren, Griffin, Boldy. +1 on the 1st unit instead of the 2nd unit. How about that? Does that fix the penalty kill a little bit? Please? Maybe? Come on. Okay, Detroit Red Wings at Little Caesars Arena. We're hot and we're ready. Let's go. They're 25, 37, and 5. Okay, thank you. 4-1 win. Let's keep the goalies as is. And let's move. Again, another back-to-back. Every week there's a back-to-back. I'm just going to sim for a bit. I'm just going to sim. Give Kozhevnikov the crease. Unless he falters here. Let's get to that 50th win. 2-1 shootout win. Good. Support. Give him goals. Give him run support. Capras. Mild concussion. You're absolutely killing me, game. You're killing me. You are killing me. Okay, Dargachintsev, he's going to come in. And we'll go fourth line looking like this. Greenway playing on the third line. Dallas, 3-1 win. Thank you. Win number 50. Islanders, 4-3 loss. Devils, 4-2 win. Avalanche, who beat us last time. Dalcol in Iowa, no problem. Avalanche, 2-1 loss. Kaprizov fully healed. I'm going to have a conniption fit. And you would think, oh, Data, you're being ungrateful. Maybe I am a little bit. This team is really good, but that's what I know what this team is capable of, and to see them not doing it is killing me. Because the goalies are still giving us good showings. It's the goal scoring that's not showing up. The first line's doing it all. And then why is Dargach... I said replace on all lines. Give Kaprizov his ice time back, please. I said replace in all lines. I have to go through every line now, and wherever Dargachintsev is, and then he's... Okay, I've calmed down now. I fixed all the lines. It's all hunky-dory happy. We're all good. You better win against the Penguins. 6-2 win. Thank you very much. And a 6-4 win. Okay, at least there's the run support whenever the goalies aren't great. 3-2 loss against the Preds. Here comes some massive games against the Oilers and the Ducks. I'm going to keep Kozevnikov in against the Oilers, but if he doesn't do well, I'm going Morozov against Anaheim, who now have more wins than us. 7-4 loss? What? How? 7-4? You're having a laugh. What is that? Goalies, Kozevnikov, get out of there. What's going on down here? Panarin, show me something. 1 goal, 2 assists. Ugh. Hyman, 4 goals, 5 assists. Greenway just keeps falling off. The bottom 6 is killing me. Defense. Botter, is your plus-minus taking a hit with Korea? Plus 28. Korea -4. Sergachev 27. Balance 7. I don't know what to say. I don't know. We only score 4 goals, but we let in 7. It has to be. It can't be one or the other. Either we score a bunch, but then we also get blown out, or we don't score, and then we have to rely on the goalie. It can't be one or the other. Okay, Hyman back here. Panarin out. Dargachintsev's coming back in for the 4th line. And then on special teams, power play. I'm going to put Kostin back on the power play, actually. My man Klim. All right, back to it. Anaheim Ducks. This is our biggest game of the regular season, probably. They're 55-17-6. We're 53-21-4. It's the battle for the President's Trophy at the Honda Center, March 30th, 2028. Get your tickets and remember this day because it will be frozen in time. First period, 1-0 Ducks. Timo Meier on the power play. Second period, 2-2. All right. Kaprizov on the power play. Then Sergachev gives us the 1-goal lead, but then Clark ties it back up. Shots are 25-15 in our favor. 10 more shots, but we're tied at 2 headed into the final period. Power play, Minnesota started off. It's killed off by the Ducks. Double the shots, 30-16, but Bertuzzi scores. And then Mikheyev, 42 more. Just keep it coming. Pour it on. Pour it on. There's 7. Do I hear 7? Hey, there's Zach Hyman. Great job, buddy. Hey, great. Marco Rossi power play. Okay. 3 minutes to go. Anybody want to tie this up, maybe? No. 6. Hey, there it is. Suzuki, 7-4. Hey, there we go. 7 goals. 6 goals on 25 shots. Kozevnikov and Morozov absolutely implode and are just 5 goals against in the 3rd period. Let's see the beautiful plus-minuses here tonight. -4s for the first line. Yeah. Korea, -2. Botter, -3. All the people we wouldn't expect, actually. Great. 3 stars. There you go. Great job, Anaheim. There you go. Doesn't make sense. Back-to-back 7-4 losses. We're falling apart here, boys. I'm not impressed. We are falling apart, and this is not acceptable. -7, -4, -8. Greenway. Come on. Russ Griffin, 16-33. I don't know. Can I swap? I'm going to put Griffin 3rd line and Kovanov 3rd line. 2nd line for the +3. I don't know. I really don't know. Sjogren has good plus. Maybe I'll put Sjogren on the 4th line just to help out the defense, the defensive aspect of that line. Zach Hyman. I guess I'll keep Hyman. 10 points in 24 games for a 4th liner. I shouldn't be sneezing at that. Yeah, Kazevnikov, it's your net for a little bit here, buddy. Panarin and Crooks are both going to be healthy scratches. Let's finish strong here, guys. Come on. 3 more games in the season. Let's finish strong. It's not over yet. Let's go into the playoffs on a high note. We have 54 wins. What a season it's been. Come on. Winnipeg. There we go. 4-0 shutout. There's Kazemnikov. His first shutout of the entire second half of the season, I believe. After getting 6 in the first half, he finally gets 1 in the second. Then the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's go. 4-3 loss. Beautiful. Let's try and get win number 55 here against the Dallas Stars, who are 32, 39, and 10. Please, win number 55. First period, 1-0 Minnesota. Matthew Boldy on Anaheim Ducks legend Lucas Dostal from the NHL 20 series. Second period, 1-1 Travis Konechny. Shots are 25-16. Please, boys, just put it in the net. Koivunen, it's 2-1 Dallas. Put it in the net. This team is a losing team, and we can't get more than 1 goal on 31 shots. We're going to have a terrible playoffs if this is what we're doing in the slow sim, boys. This is unacceptable. Let me guess, Kazemnikov is absolute trash in the slow sim, but on the calendar, he's a deity, right? 3-1 loss to end off the year despite 39 shots. There you go, Dostal. 38 saves for you. Koivunen 2 goals. Barzal 3 assists. This has been a very bitter end to the season. So after starting the season 34-5-2, the first half is 34-5-2. The second half is 20-19-2. 20-19-2 after going 34-5-2. How is that possible? It must be as soon as you close your PlayStation, as soon as you exit out the mode, when you come back in, it must be totally different RNG, whatever random, whatever garbage. It can't be. It really can't be. We couldn't even win the conference in the end. Well, if we were gonna win the conference, it would have been a win of the President's Trophy as well. But we really just dropped the ball. How? We didn't even. We finished 4th in the NHL. Anaheim 59, 17, and 6. What an absolute joke. We just fell apart. Power play 32.6, still best in the NHL, but it dropped almost 3%. And penalty kill at 84.8. We came back up a little bit. And still a good penalty kill, but we definitely dropped off a lot. St. Louis, 24th in the NHL at 88.8%. I don't know. I'm such a good season, but I'm very disappointed in that second half. But let's look at the positives here. Marco Rossi scored 80 assists and 101 points. Career high in assists and points for him, and a new season franchise record of scoring 80 assists in one season. For Marco Rossi, great to see. 22 points more than his career high. Really happy for him. Of course, the 9th overall pick in 2020. Love me some Marco Rossi. I'm proud. Kirill Kaprizov, 99 points in 73 games. A career high despite missing 9 games. A career high by 6 points despite missing those 9 games. Matthew Tkachuk, he slowed down from his point per game pace, but he went 77 and 82. Still a very good season from him. We'll have to see. We still have to figure out if we're extending him or not, but it is a career high in assists and a career tying season in points with 77. So still good for him. Adam Boquist, 76 points in 78 games. How about that? There's a career high. He's been amazing ever since he's come here from Chicago. Love to see that. Matthew Boldy, 38 goals and 61 points. Not career highs, but very, very good numbers. Consistently scoring in the mid-30s for the goals. Lower year on the assists, but still a good season. Mikhail Sergachev didn't quite get to 74 points, but 57 is a career high. Yes, it is. 57 points from Mikhail Sergachev. Very nice. Russ Griffin, 49 points. He slowed down. He still scored more than last year by 5, but not quite at that 61-point range. He scored 44 regulation points last season. This year I give him power play time, and he gets 11 power play points. That means he only got 38 regulation points. It's not regulation, even strength points, I'm trying to say, despite getting the extra 2 minutes a night on the power play. Bit disappointing, I have to say. Alex Kovanov, 48 points. There we go. That's what I need from a third-line center. That's a new career high for him as well here in his 4th NHL season. He just keeps getting better as each year goes on. Sven Sjogren, 16 goals and 46 points, almost a point every other game. Much better than last season's only 27 points. Lintner, 34 goals for the rookie and 43 points. Great rookie season from him, 84 overall. Klim Kostin, 40-point season from him, and that is not quite as good as last season, but still a solid enough year for a middle six player. Jordan Greenway was very disappointing. I know his ice time went down. I know his line mate quality went down, but still, I gave him power play time, and he really disappointed me. Only 29, lowest ever since our first season in 2020-21. Man, that is really disappointing from Greenway. Argachintsev, 23. Valen, 20 points. Nice. Demetrius Correa, 14 and -5. Ellington, plus 58. He's amazing. He was a free agent signing, and he's just been... he's such a good defenseman. It's unbelievable. Leon Botter, plus 26. Hyman, 10 points. -7, though. Panarin had 3 points in 10 games. Crooks was terrible. Goaltending now. In the end, Kozevnikov went 39, 16, and 3 with 7 shutouts, 915 save percentage, and 2.25 goals against. Morozov, 16, 10, and 1. He really started slipping. So it was really Kozevnikov's numbers that, I don't know if it's the real Kozevnikov or what, but they really came back down. Rossi was tied for second in the NHL with points, and Kaprizov was in third. In first was Jack Eichel. First in goals was Kaprizov. He did win the Rocket Richard with his 56 goals. Rookie skaters, it was Lintner right behind Willis. So Mauricio Willis scored 44 points, but Lintner 34 goals. Plus you have Kozevnikov as a rookie goalie. So I think, or does he not count? No, he must. Yeah, he must. Yeah, there he is. So he is a rookie goalie. So that's a couple nominations, I think, for us. Just all goalies in the NHL. Yeah, Gibson, I think we can go ahead and give Gibson the Vezina Trophy. Kozevnikov had really good numbers, but no, he had the better save percentage, everything. So definitely a nomination, but I give the Vezina Trophy to John Gibson, who just went on an absolute tear. 2.26 goals against average and 47 wins. Take a bow. And all defense in NHL, it has to be Boquist, and it is by a little bit. Heiskanen with 64. What a year. What a year. That has to be another Norris for Boquist. Sorry. He does not have any Norris trophy. I just went to check. I'm thinking back to the Torrey Krug days. It's been 3 years we haven't won a James Norris. But Kaprizov getting the Maurice Richard will be the second of his career, I believe. Unless he... No, I think that's the second. I don't think he won any in the first couple of years, unless I'm not remembering things right. But it will be back-to-back Maurice Richards for the captain, Kirill Kaprizov. Also, if anyone is interested in the 1-year update on the trade we made with the Rangers to give them Mika Tarkey and Brad Lambert for the first overall pick that became Wojtek Lintner. Tarkey in his first season with the Rangers remains an 85 overall. He scored 32 points in all 82 games, career high in goals, assists, points. Not quite plus minus, but a very good season. He was getting power play time as well. So nice to see him thriving at the young age of 23, getting paid well over on New York. So that is, it hurts the heart a little bit. We know it had to happen, but Brad Lambert, yikes, 14 points in only 45 games played, still at an 84 overall. He's getting paid big money, so very happy that we shredded that contract and got rid of him because he seems to be a bust, unfortunately, in this save file. I've seen other franchise modes where he thrives, but this is not one of them, I suppose. And if that meant also getting rid of Tarkey for that first pick in exchange, getting Lintner, then I'm okay with it. But as always, wishing Tarkey all the best, and hopefully Lambert turns his career around eventually. Let's see what happens heading into the playoffs. Our first round opponent will be... I may have looked at the stats prematurely if not all teams played their 82nd game, but I don't think it really would have changed too much. Our first round opponent will be the LA Kings. Los Angeles, get ready. They went 42, 28, and 12 in their regular season. Who do they have on their team? Eli Tolvanen. Wow. Curtis Martins, a first overall pick, power forward with 5-star shooting and some 99s in the power. Yikes. Alex Turcotte, Quinton Byfield. Very good top 6. Even the bottom 6 is very good as well. Defense is where they drop off a little bit. Ryan Ellis is 37. Jordan Spence is a good offensive defenseman. Good awareness, right? Yeah, 91 offensive awareness. And between the pipes, it is Tristan Jarry, of course, who won the Vezina with us back in the day. Backed up by Hugo Almfelt, and they do have Morgan Frost injured. So LA will be a good team. It'll be a good matchup. I'm very disappointed in how this season ended. So I want to hear suggestions from you. What do you think these lines should look like headed into the playoffs with all all that we've seen, all that you've seen, taken into consideration, what should the changes be, if any? Defense has been disappointing as well. Remember, we could dip into Iowa if we wanted to. We could think about calling up Ivan Chekovich, even Alexander Volkov, who could probably make the NHL, Sokolov, Eklund's a two-way forward. Defense, we can go Hollowell, even Timu Pillman, a defensive defenseman. Christopher Innes is a 79, and don't forget Axel Anderson, who is 80 overall. Nicholas Rodin, a 79. So that is a possibility. Oh my goodness, Stanton's been insane. I took out Wallstedt because he was struggling a bit. But I think I'll just keep Stanton. He's amazing. 76 overall for him now as well. And you know what we should even think about? Louis Bourdon, 82 overall, down in Halifax. He is growing amazingly. He's a medium elite, third line checking forward. He's 6'4", two-way forward. Look at these great puck skills, solid offensive awareness. Shooting's okay, whatever. But the defensive stats, sheesh. He could be good for us. Would it make sense to sign Louis Bourdon? Would it burn a year of his ELC? Would it make sense to sign him though? What did he do in Halifax? 84 points in 55 games. So think about that as well. Louis Bourdon could be an idea. So a lot to think about in the offseason, but right now it is postseason time. What are we going to do to guarantee a Stanley Cup in Minnesota? That second half, it really shook me. Going 20-19-2, that really shook me after we had 34-5-2. I'm not impressed, and I'm a little upset, I have to say. Despite such a good season, I'm very disappointed in that second half. So I want to hear all of your thoughts. Let me know down in the YouTube comments, over in the Discord server. Link for everything that you need in the description as well. If you're not already a part of the Discord server, we'd love to see you, as well as seeing you over on the Twitch page when we do our live streams. Thank you so much for following along. I know it's been tough with only around one Minnesota upload per week due to my current full-time working schedule. Trying to work it out as much as possible. I do appreciate your patience as I'm just finishing off that work. So what are we going to do heading into the playoffs? I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.